You know, I know a lot of people really don't like the spellements or get the spellements. I like being able to change up the spell in a way that suits me, and honestly, the best part of it is if you don't like it or don't want to, you can just ignore all those that you've got, and you don't have to use them. So this time I'm back comparing another spell's paths to see which one's better for my particular wizard's playing style. This time I didn't roll the dice. I actually was in It's Wicked Mom's stream and asked them what their favorite school was, and they said death. And then I asked them to pick a number.
Okay, let's go 5. Just pick my next spell path, which is ooh, lovely.
And they just happened to pick the number that coincides with
Skeletal Pirate? Ooh! I love me a Skeletal Pirate. We love a good deathy spell. So it makes me happy.
So that's the one we're going to be doing today. Skeletal Pirate is a fantastic, fairly cheap spell at only 5 pips and does up to 510 damage with the standard tier 1. In Mushu, Dragonspire, and even in Celestia, good places to farm and possibly get the spellements for Skeletal Pirate dropped. Click on that spell writing tab, and let's go over here to Skeletal Pirate, and I can clearly see I definitely have enough to max it out. Sadly though, rank 5s don't glow. Alright, so the top path as you upgrade it gains accuracy. Tier 1 and Tier 2 are 85% accuracy, upgrading that to Tier 3, and to Tier 4 it goes to 90% accuracy. Yay, that's comparable to life. And then finally at max Tier 5 it's 95% accuracy. I wish Storm could have something like that. Now you'll also notice that the upper amount of the damage for Skeletal Pirate actually doesn't change, except from Tier 1. At Tier 2, it maxes out at 515 damage. Same thing for Tier 3, Tier 4, and Tier 5 is just set at 515 damage. The lower end of the damage goes up by a ton. Starts at 430 for Tier 1, then goes up by 25 at Tier 2 to 455, then by 20 at Tier 3 to 475, and then 20 again at Tier 4, 495, and then again going up by 20, maxing out at a flat 515. Of course, you can also use the Sun enchant spells to increase that damage even more. You can also use those spells to increase the accuracy or the pierce. Depends on which one you use. There's a lot of ways you can customize the spells even without spellements. You know, I just now noticed there's no advanced combat version of this. Okay, so let's get to what confuses most people, the lower paths. These are typically going to be your PvP and advanced combat usability spells. However, it doesn't have a no advanced combat path. Very nice. So the damage at Tier 2 for the lower path is going to go down just a little bit. There we go. Let's make it bigger to 415. So it loses 15 damage on the lowest end. But it can clear up to 2 heal over times on the target to give yourself a 50% shield. It's universal, by the way. So if you clear 2 heal over time on the target, you will get 2 minus 50% universal shield. So basically a tower shield. Pretty cool. So let's test out the bottom path first because we know how awesome the top path is. And let's get our Charm-Alarma on. Oh yes, bottom path. And again to Tier 3. And let's do it. Let's max this puppy out. Why not, right? And I do believe I forgot to mention that even though the damage goes down by 15, starting at Tier 2 at 415, it does go up by 10 each tier. So you're going to max out at 445 damage. Now for the problem. To find a target that uses heal over time. Although this not being limited by no advanced combat, I can always just get my other wizard to spam heal over time on themselves, and we could test it out that way perhaps. I mean, that's not bad. 558. It wasn't even boosted, and they had a shield, so that's pretty awesome. So it's certainly no slouch, even though it technically does less damage than the Tier 1. Okay, now this one is boosted up, and they don't have a shield this time. Let's see how much damage. I don't have any other boosts, no blades, no auras, no globals, and of course, their balance. Wow, not bad. as per usual. Unless you know a boss is a cheating spam healer, it's kind of hard to get him to do it, even though I literally saw someone right next to me. They had a healer time around the stupid wildfire treants. But, you know, we can work with this. So first off, I'm not going to boost it up in any way. I'm just going to pass and have her spam heal. And of course it does suck for her because she's balanced. First off, going to put Helping Hands, and then the next round I'm going to cast Sprite. So she'll have 2 very quickly back to back. As I said, unless you can pretty much guarantee that they have to cast it, you know, it's not as usable. However, because the damage is really close to... Okay, don't fizzle again because I'm going to cast Skeletal Pirate. Erg. Yeah, because the damage is so close to the upper path, it's really not that horrible if you just stayed on the bottom path, and could use it for sure when you know you're going to have a cheating boss. Alright, so right now she has 2. Thank you for not fizzling as well. Yeah. Ooh, 760, and boom boom, bye bye, bye bye. It's interesting that it wouldn't get rid of them both and then put 2 shields. Instead it got rid of 1, put a shield, got rid of 1, put a shield. But yeah, as you can see, 2 50%. Tower shields, very, very nice. And now I'm just going to hit her with it. Ooh. I'm pretty sure she has some resist to death, or at least spiritual stuff. We can hope. She's balanced. Ouch. So, yeah, the damage is pretty crazy. So she got a tiny bit of heal, but she's passing. I just thought it was creepy when his eye rolls up. Ew. What? That's crazy. And yet another tower shield. Spammer. Let's reset this. It costs gold. 2,000 gold. These are not purchased with training points, so training point buyback, when that's free, that doesn't make these free, but they often have it for free. They just don't like announce it or anything. It's weird. Reset. Yay. Now we're going to do the top half. Oh yes. Tier 3. Tier 4. And max it out. And it does take a ton of spellements to be able to max something out to tier 5. However, I did have help mostly from my youngest wizards on this account, my main, and my alt account. I duo-boxed those and did a lot of farming in Dragonspire. A lot. Because there's a lot of spirit dropping bosses there. Alright, here we go. We have Colossal now. Boost it up. Now it's going to do 790. Alrighty. Coco. Yeah. Oh, dead, 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 dead. Pretty standard of an awesome death hitting a live creature. Alrighty, well, there's a look at the 2 different paths of Skeletal Pirate. Right now, I think we'll just stick with the higher accuracy and damage, but this will definitely be a very useful spell once we encounter those rotten, cheating, spam heal over timers, and you know who I'm talking about. There's quite a few of them in higher level worlds, but as far as like Zephyria, Avalon, Azteca, not really so much. So the good thing is to reset it, it's only 2,000. He's kind of poor right now, but that's because he hasn't quested in like months. So that's what we're going to stay on. Which one do you like better? Do you PvP a lot and think, wow, that bottom path is super useful? I'm going to go with that one. Let me know in the comments. Let's discuss. And thanks so much for checking out Skeletal Pirate. And thanks so much, It's Wicked Mom, for the suggestion. And we'll see y'all real soon. Bye-bye.